right, now we gotta do all of the pre-stuff.
Repeat after me. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3.
To survive hardship, you must prepare for hardship. Covenant of the deep! Now you shall perish!
Have you learned your lesson now?
Oops. Button.
One of the only reasons to live in LA is food. Let's be real.
Alright, so
if I'm craving something, like, it's just here. I order it like almost immediately. Especially when I'm on the grind, I want to play games a lot. Being able to order stuff and then like conveniently go downstairs. And on top of that, there's this brilliant thing that I got into DoorDash, which was leave the parcel at the door. Changed my life forever. I don't want to call myself a foodie, but I do love different types of food. 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 Different types of food.
We're ready to go. Give it a second, and yeah, I think we're good to go. I can't hear myself. Why can I not hear myself? I'm getting audio. And why can't I hear myself? I'm afraid if I screw with the audio, I'm gonna lose it all. So as long as you guys can hear me, or I don't know if there's anybody. I'm afraid if I screw with the audio, I'm gonna lose it all. So as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's anybody. I'm afraid if I screw with the audio, I'm gonna lose it all. So as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's anybody. I'm afraid if I screw with the audio, I'm gonna lose it all. So as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's anybody. I'm afraid if I screw with the audio, I'm gonna lose it all. So as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's anybody. I'm afraid if I screw with the audio, I'm gonna lose it all. So as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's anybody. I'm afraid if I screw with the audio, I'm gonna lose it all. So as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's anybody. So as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's anybody. So as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's any idea what I'm doing here, but so as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's any idea what I'm doing here, but so as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's any idea what I'm doing here, but so as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's any. Can you hear me? Because I guess that's really all that matters. So as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's any. Can you hear me? Because I guess that's really all that matters. So as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's any. Can you hear me? Because I guess that's really all that matters. So as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's any. Can you hear me? Because I guess that's really all that matters. So as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's any. Can you hear me? Because I guess that's really all that matters. So as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's any. Can you hear me? Because I guess that's really all that matters. So as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's any. Can you hear me? Because I guess that's really all that matters. So as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's any. Can you hear me? Because I guess that's really all that matters. So as long as you guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's any. Can you hear me? You guys can hear me, or let me know. I don't know if there's any. Can you hear me? You guys can hear me. Can you hear me? All right, can you guys hear me? Couple people in chat. If you're here, let me know if you can hear me. I don't know what the problem is here. You can hear me. Okay, all right. Well, that's good. Then I guess it doesn't matter if I can't hear myself. Normally I can hear myself through my headphones, and for some reason, right now I can't. But whatever. I don't care. If you can hear me, then that's all that matters. So, turn the camera back on. All right. So, here we go. All right. So, if you can hear me, then we're good to go. So, we are in the middle of year 13 with the Rockies. We started obviously back in 2021, and it's been a pretty successful run. We had a couple of bad years off the bat, 54 and 108, 68 and 94. I'm good. Okay. All right. Thanks, boss. I appreciate it. And thanks for coming in, at least checking in. And like I said, I will, if anybody else hops in that's here on a week-to-week basis, I'll see if there's any interest in joining SSB. At any rate, so we had a couple difficult years right off the bat, 58 wins, or 54 wins, 68 wins. But really since then, it's been a pretty successful string of good baseball. We had 1 year we were at 500, but we had 4 100-win seasons. Last 3 seasons have been over 90 wins. And then this season, we're kind of on that same 95, 96 win pace. This could be the end of it, though, the end of kind of the run. Financially, we're not in terrific shape right now. We're losing money this year compared to last year. The loyalty's fine. Fan interest is great. We don't have any money for extensions because we got a lot of money locked up in some players, and we have a lot of money in scouting and development, and we have an owner who won't increase our budget, so we're just sort of trying to make do with what we have. We're going to lose potentially Jim Denny in the offseason, and Denny is he's our team's all-time winningest pitcher, actually. I was looking at this before the stream. He actually is the team's all-time win leader with 94 victories. So we're on pace to lose him because he wants north of, I think, $30 million. Yeah, he wants $30 million for 7 years starting next season. I don't know if that's going to happen. Well, it can't happen with our current financials. We will decline the option on Bieber, so we'll get $20 million there. Potentially, we could move on from Rule, who won the MVP last year, and potentially looking to move him now since that number jumps up to 18. So there might be a way that we can kind of shoehorn Denny into our payroll for next season, but we'll have to see what it happens. Yeah, sub-4 ERA for Colorado pitcher. He's been really good. He was one of the first picks we had back in 2024. He's been really, really good for us. You can see just, and every year he's been really solid. He hasn't had a sub-4 WAR season for us. Just solid. Led the league in wins once, but hasn't led the league in anything else. But 3 straight years of 200 strikeouts. Yeah, he's been really, really good. We did really well with our draft over the first few years, and that really helped us. So, where are we? So we drafted Drew Jones. Actually, let's go back here. So we drafted Jack Leiter first with our very first. Hey, Breeze, what's up, man? We drafted Jack Leiter with our first overall pick. Or he was, fourth or fifth or wherever the Rockies pick in the first round. He was our first pick, and he pitched pretty well for us for a few years before we moved on. Second year, we had Drew Jones, was our number one pick, and he's been great. He's led the league in RBIs the last 2 seasons. He's put up a pretty good career. Who else? Luke Lito was our second round pick in 2021, and he was great for us. I mean, he put up over 4, anywhere between 4 and 6 WAR every season until this year. So yeah, our draft has been really, really good. Ben Guess was really good for us before moving on in free agency. So we've done a good job for the most part with the draft. There have been a couple of busts in here, but for the most part, we've done pretty well drafting, and that's kind of allowed us to maintain. Seeing the high BABIP feels right. Yeah. Coors is weird because you get high WARs, you get low FIPS, and you get high BABIPs. And it's like that every year. So, I try to take WAR with a grain of salt with some of my pitchers because of that. But I always get really high WAR. Like last year, we had a pitcher who put up 9 WAR for us. And so, yeah, it's just crazy stuff. So WAR is always high, FIP is always low, BABIP is always high. And it's just kind of the way it is in Coors. I'm doing well, Breeze. I had a good weekend. I went to see I went to a concert with my daughter last night, which is why my throat's a little scratchy today, and which is why I probably won't be doing a full 3 hours tonight. My voice is struggling. So I went to a concert last night with my oldest. Did some apple picking today, as a father of 4 normally does during the fall. Then I came home and took a nap and watched the Patriots lose, and now I'm watching the Red Sox and Yankees and streaming. So I'm doing well. How are you? Did you have a good weekend? All right, anyway, let's move on. So we've been doing this now for, 10 minutes, and we haven't played a game. So we're into July. Obviously, July is the important month. We'll start with international amateurs. We'll go a day at a time until we get up to the draft, and then we'll go from there. So there's one pitcher. Excellent. Whoa. Okay. Is this OSA scouting? Yeah, that's OSA scouting. What is going on? All right. Okay. So they're all crap. Good. Good to know. All right. Is there anybody, this guy's okay. He's got some good power, but, first baseman. I guess as a 16-year-old, you can make him anything you want, but... maybe Castaneda just because of that projectable power. Even as a 2-star with a power of 74, 75. Yeah, Mac did not look good today. He looked like a rookie today for sure. It was, but I look back to 2000, and there was a game that Brady had where he threw 4 picks against, I want to say Indianapolis. So, it happens, it's that being said, I did like the fact that McDaniels, there were a lot of stuff in today's game that I didn't like that McDaniels did at all, but one of the things that he did that I liked was he put Mac in, let's just offer him the 5. He put Mac in 5 wide receivers and spread them out and, went no huddle. And I liked that, because it allows Mac to sort of build some consistency, some momentum, that sort of thing. But yeah, it was... The big thing about today was losing James White. He's likely done for the season with whatever that hip injury was. So, it wasn't a good game, and you got Tom Brady on the horizon, so they could be looking at 1-3 really quickly. As a Bears, yeah, I saw that. Fields had like 1 pass attempt through like a quarter and a half today or something, didn't he? That was crazy. That was 1 for 1 for 11 yards or something like that in the first 18 minutes of the game. First game of the month against the Dodgers. It's a 10-5 win. And in this timeline, the Dodgers are terrible now. If we go back and look at the history, again, the Dodgers absolutely dominated the first half of this world. They won 6 World Series in the first 8 years. But they've fallen on tough times as of late, which I can't really say I'm all that disappointed about. So you can see their last World Series was here in 2028, and then they've had 4 straight losing seasons. They bottomed out last year with a 100-loss season, bouncing back a little bit this season as they've got, I think they went into last offseason with something stupid like $140 million of available payroll space. So, all right, so we jump out to an 8-2 lead after 2. He got I saw what's his name? 4.5 sacks for the Browns. It's been. Which year was there? Was one year where we won 102 games and finished third. Yeah, or 104 games and finished third. 2026 we went 104-58 and we finished in third place. The West has been an absolute meat grinder this entire time. So we got a bit of a break here with the Dodgers not being good the last couple of years. Yeah, Myles Garrett, right. Was he 4.5, 6? He almost had a 5th. He got to him again in the fourth quarter sometime, and he got out of his hand. Slipped out of his hand, and the sack went to somebody else. So it looks like Jones hit a grand slam. Yep, grand slam in the first. Cabrera hits his 6th. Powers hits a couple. Powers up to 423 in 201 at-bats. Jesus. It's almost a 1,200 OPS. Schultz gets the win. Cool. So good first game of the month. True OG already. Yeah, that's right. Random Task knows the history. We win 4-1. But I'm bringing the commissioner up to speed here on what we've accomplished in these 13 seasons. So we win this game 4-1 in 13. Good pitching, finally, for a change. It's been a rough year on the mound for us. Callahan with a double and a triple. Let's check out Mr. Wozniak, see how he's doing. Now, this guy was an absolute find for us. We got him back in 2024, I believe. We had picked up Oswald Peraza in the Rule 5 from the Yankees the previous season. And I just threw him up on the trade block to see what we would get. And what we got in return was, at the time, a 1.5-star, 4-star first baseman named Sam Wozniak. And he turned into an absolute monster. We had to move on from him because he was asking for like $35 million. Willie Castro, we can go back and see. I think Willie's probably unsigned at the moment, but we'll go back and we'll take a look at Willie. So Sam Wozniak was probably the single biggest, most important move, I guess, we made as a member, as the GM of the Rockies. We got him for next to nothing, and he was just crazy good. Crazy good. We let him go because he was looking for really, really ridiculous money. Yeah, I mean, he's making 33, and then 36 the next 2 years beyond that. And then Willie Castro. And I'll never forget what is it? Willi? Is it like that? Castro. He retired. I believe the it was a little bit less. I offered him a little bit less, and he ended up going to Toronto anyway. But yeah, Willie Castro, I believe, random task, your exact words were, "Go get your guy." And we signed Willie Castro to like an 8-year, $25 million contract, or a 7-year, $25 million contract. Proceeded to put up 8 WAR in his first season. Postseason was fantastic for us. 324, and this is where it really made, for me, almost made the contract worth it in and of itself. Hit 324, 383, 465 in the postseason was really, really good for us. So Willie Castro, another important signing, but Sam Wozniak was the big one. Juan Soto was on the boards for the highest on-base percentage in a single month. This past month, or I guess this month we're in right now. Oh, shoot. Lito's rehab time is up. Okay. So what do we do? Who goes down to the minors? It's Padilla, right? Yeah, it's going to be Padilla. Let's bring Lito back up. Get him back out there. How can he be tired? Oh, great. So he's on a rehab assignment, and they just wore him out. That's just awesome. Let's get. I can't really want to start him over Powers. He's still good enough against righties. I guess we have too many outfielders that are solid. September 22 walk-offs in the playoffs. Yeah, one of them was a double or triple or was it who hit the, I'll have to go back and look, but we had one of our World Series wins was a walk-off home run. I can't. It all blends together. I play too much out of the park baseball. I play too much out of the park baseball for sure, so I don't even remember at this point. All right, Eric Aparicio, acute elbow soreness. Okay, so we signed Castaneda. I mean, nah. But, he's 16 years old. If the home run power develops, he could, he might be something. If not, it's only money. Yeah, Juan Soto's a good ball player. Absolutely. Eric Default is out for 2 to 3 months. Of course he is. Peoples can come back. That's good. It'll be a couple of days before he gets hurt, I'm sure. We are going to have to do something to upgrade our bullpen. As you can see, it's not been very good this year, although we do win again. 8-0. Lito in his first game back, 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Apparently, there's something going on at Fenway Park. I don't know if the fire alarms went off or something, but there's some sort of weird delay going on in the game right now. I have the volume down, so I can't. I just see a bunch of lights flashing. Let's see. Jones, 2 RBIs, down to 217. That's not good. Cabrera with a couple of RBIs. Norman gets the win. Lito homers. Cool. So many messages. Wanted us to work on stolen bases. I don't care. He wants us to re-sign Luke Lito. That's probably not going to happen. We've done nothing to improve the farm system. That's fair. I mean, we've tried. And he's unhappy with our progress. He's only satisfied with my overall performance. I guess 3 World Series and whatever it is, 6 years isn't enough for him. He is a demanding owner. Still no prospects in the top 10. That's what happens when you draft at the bottom year after year after year. We're 20th right now. McElfresh, Real, and Default. So 3 pitchers in the top 100, and that is it. Bill Lee, yeah, he's a unique character. He's a unique character for sure. Sox need this one, man. They lost the first, and it's been a depressing sports weekend as a Boston sports fan. Last night's Red Sox-Yankees game was a nut punch, man. It was an absolute nut punch. So Powers is hitting .427 through 233 at bats as a 23-year-old. If he can stay healthy, Jost is coming around, which is nice because we spent a lot of money on him as an international free agent. Then he goes 6 1/3 shutout. At St. Louis, a 6-5 loss. Another game at St. Louis. We're 4-3 this month. Another game at, there we go. All right, so we are 5-3 so far this month. A game out of first place. So we break the tie in the 7th and hold. Xander Bogaerts is still playing. 40-year-old Xander Bogaerts. What? Oh, it's postseason. Okay, there we go. 2,800 hits, 400 Hall of Fame career for Mr. Xander Bogaerts. That's a great career for a shortstop. 400 home runs, 2,800 hits. Looks like he's going to come up shy of 3,000, but it's quite a good career. 71 WAR. All right, so we got a 3-game series against Miami, and then the draft. 10-6 victory. Ooh, that's a tough season. 1-10 with a 6.21 ERA. Rocker gets the win. Seeley gives up a few runs. Bullpen does fine beyond that. Powers, Cabrera, Aguilar, 3 youngsters, all homer. And Aguilar, I moved into the starting rotation or the starting lineup because Fisher wasn't hitting, and now Fisher's hitting. Fisher's got it. Oh, I want to show you guys something. So Fisher, look at this, 4 for his last 4. So as soon as I moved him to the bench, he started hitting. But we had a pitcher, or have a pitcher, Joe Sullivan. And in Joe Sullivan's first 3 seasons with us, he was 17-3. And I had made a comment in my last video. He had gone 5-0 to start the season. So he was 17-5. He was 22-3 to start his career. Since I said that, he's lost 6 straight games. And he lost most of them right in a row. Look at this. So he lost his first game here, and this was like the day after I talked about how he'd gone 5-0, and then nothing, blown save, and then lost. 5 straight appearances he picked up losses. So out of the park baseball heard me and wrecked his record. So that sucked, I guess. It sucks for me. All right, game 2 against Miami. 7-4 win. We got the draft, so we'll sim the day so we can see what happens. Maybe I need to. It would make for a very uninteresting stream if I stopped talking. I mean, maybe. Powers is up to 442 in July. That's crazy. Rules at 336. Fisher's at 215. He homers. Get a couple of hits, couple of RBIs from Bowser. Then he gets another win, although that ERA is a bit higher than I would like. So let's just sim this game. We lose 3-0. All right, so we're picking 30th. We're 2 games out of first place. San Diego 54-33. They've won 6 straight games. Where are we in the wild card? Okay, so we're leading in the wild card. Let's go to the draft. They think we're going to take Omar Cullen. And he's not terrible. The corner outfielder. He's not terrible. Well, we'll see what happens. Start draft. Derek Fisher's trash. His stats only look good because he's at Coors. Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility. Whoa! I want this guy. I want this guy, and I want to make him a batter. I wonder if he'll fall to the second round. Because I don't think he's... Anyway, let's see if he falls to me. Yeah, he did. Okay. So let's just see what's available first. Yeah, I'm probably going to look to move Fisher. It was something I talked about in my last episode. Jim Bouchaj out of the U. 5 really good pitches. He's pretty well developed for a 21-year-old. 95-97, high loyalty, high work ethic. I like him. I just really want this guy. I feel like I need to take a shot that he falls to the second round. I'm hoping that the AI just looks at his pitching stats and says he's garbage. The good news is with Omar Cullen, he'll keep the where. I don't understand what that means. Are you making an Edward Cullen joke? I don't understand what you're getting at there. And if you're making an Edward Cullen joke, I haven't ever watched a single one of those movies. So that is his name, right? Edward Cullen. It shows you how little I know. All right, so I like right now. It's Bouchaj. I think is the guy I'm leaning towards, unless there's a batter that is. Yeah, that pitcher is actually the best hitter in the draft. So, brings up an interesting dilemma. He's the best hitter in the draft, and he's well below... Okay, it's an Edward Cullen joke. Thank you. Wonderful. So, it comes down to, I think, 2 people. Jim Bouchaj, who's a kind of a low-ceiling, high-floor kind of guy. 21 years old. Will probably be ready in a couple of years. Or do we go after Jim Fox, who's not a very good pitcher, but is a good bat. He's not a good outfielder. I think I wait to see if this guy falls to the second round. He's got good range. He's got, the range is enough. He's going to make a bunch of errors, and his arm isn't, I mean, I guess his arm in center field is not really all that important, but he's got good range. I mean, his range could play in center, but, you know, the error and the arm are no good. So they're both out of the University of Miami, though. Yeah, he could play in left, too. You know, I mean, again, the error, the bad error rating is a little concerning. Oops, wrong guy. The bad error rating is a little concerning because it means, you know, it means potentially he's going to make a bunch of errors. But yeah, really don't care about the arm unless he's in right. The range could play in center. It could definitely play in left. Sorry, Red Sox just had a couple hits. I want to see what was going on. So yeah, I mean, he's the best bat in the draft, but he's not nearly as good a pitcher. And I would love to get them both. I just don't know that Fox will be there. Because I don't... Actually, let's look at something. Draft order. Do I have a supplement? I get 2 supplemental picks. So, I think we're going to take Bouchaj with the first pick. And then we'll go... one. You've seen some people say error doesn't matter. Others say it's somewhat important. I've always just treated it like it means the higher the error rating, the fewer errors they're going to make. I mean, I don't know how accurate that is, but that's how I've always treated it. So I think Bouchaj is the pick. Is that a 3-run homer? Is he going to get out? No. Stupid camera work by ESPN. It's ridiculous. All right, anyway. So I think Bouchaj is the pick, and then we go pick by pick to see if Fox is still there waiting for us with one of our supplemental picks. I think that's the plan. What do you think? Fox's hit ratings? And they're good. And he's a ways away because he's 21 already, so he may never reach it. But I mean, those are good ratings. Error means he'll catch the ball, but range means he can get to more. Yeah, that's the way I've always understood it. The higher the range means he'll get to more balls, but a lower error means he'll likely end up making more errors. So a higher zone rating, but a lower efficiency or something to that effect. All right, yeah, so I'm going to take Bouchaj, and then we'll go pick a pick at a time and see if we can get Fox with that next pick. So let's see. Eric Hamilton, Chris Lingley, Josh Goat Radmacher. I like to think that his nickname is Goat, not because it means greatest of all time, but it's like legitimately like he looks like a goat or something. Is it our pick? No, I think it's our pick next. Joel Dobson, Milwaukee Brewers. All right, Steve. Okay, it is our pick, so we are going to get Fox with one of our supplemental picks. So Jeter would have so he would have a high error and low range. Right. Yeah, so if you look at a shortstop, you know, and I'm all about ragging on Jeter. So if you look at someone like this, he would have a really high error. He would have a really high error rating, and his range would be ideal. I mean, you know, if we look up Derek Jeter, is it going to show his player ratings? Let's look. Yeah, see, like, this is dumb. Like, there's no way Derek Jeter should have a 62 range. He's known for having just a stupid range, but his error is really high. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. That's dumb. Anyway, so Jim Fox is going to be our pick, and we're immediately... Whoa, OSA loves him. Wow. What does OSA think his batting ratings are? Holy crap. Okay. So, Jim, why did it switch to OSA? All right. Anyway, we're taking Jim Fox with our first supplemental pick. And we have 2 picks in a row here. So, you picked up a guy with good pitching rating who was misused as a batter. All right, man. We will talk to you later. And like I said, if I... hey, when are we... When are we doing the next sim? Tomorrow? Because I know you said it wasn't going to be tonight. You picked up a guy with a good pitching rating who was misused as a batter, and his pitching ratings aren't really coming through. He was misused as a batter. Oh, okay. So he was being used as a batter, even though he had better pitching ratings, and the ratings aren't coming along. Yeah, I wonder if that exists. You know what I mean? Like if the player is classified as a pitcher, if you just try to make him a hitter, those hitter ratings don't develop, or vice versa. I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah, I don't know. All right, so what are we doing now? What are we doing with our second supplemental pick? Mike Leday, he can't field. Bobby Kirby, he's a center fielder. He could play center field with that range error, and I mean, he could definitely play corner outfield. But I like Bobby Kirby. He's got really good power. He's a good... I mean, the positional rating can increase with experience. I like Bobby Kirby. Right now, he's my top pick. It's been 3 years. He's 24, and his pitching ratings are... Yeah, that's... and that was kind of... That's... When I look at pitchers, age is critical. I mean, you look at a pitcher who's 22 coming out of the draft... You can really suck up the balls. They call him the vacuum. Yeah, if you draft a pitcher, I'm exhausted. If you I'm really out of it. Yeah, if you pick up a pitcher who's 22 and you're on a, we'll just use the 1 to 100 scale because that's what I use, and he's got a 18 control, and he's already 22 years old. I mean, that's likely to never develop. Like this guy here. I mean, it's potential that his power will probably develop, but he may never end up anything higher than a 35 or 40 contact. But anyway, I like his defense, I like his speed, I like his power. So Bobby Kirby is going to be our second supplemental pick. Next pick has to be Hoover and then Dyson. Let's see if there's a Hoover in the draft. Draft eligible in 2033. There you go. Dan Hoover. I'm not drafting him because he's really bad. But what about Dyson? There are no Dysons. I can get Tyler Dyson from the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Maybe I'll draft Dan Hoover with my last pick. All right, so it's our pick. It's our pick. Who do they want us to take? Steve Whitlock. Wow. I mean, he's pretty developed. Good eye, good home run power. Again, the contact is a little concerning given that he's 22. But he's not bad. I mean, I'm a sucker for that kind of profile. The high gap, high power, high eye. Jeremy Lynch is another one who falls into that category. Any pitchers left? There were a couple of decent relievers. I thought one of them might be available. Let's do this. There was one other pitcher I saw that I thought had really good batting ratings. He might be gone already, though. Steve Tucker's not bad. He's not bad either. I mean, I could probably get him in the next round, but he's got good batting ratings, pretty good pitching ratings, good defensively. See, I think let's take a run at Whitlock now, draft the 22-year-old, and then hopefully Tucker's there with our next pick. What about first baseman Phil Martin? Nah, and he's pretty much average across the board. At 450 in high school. I like Whitlock more. Gap, home run, and eye and discipline is all higher. And he can play right field. I mean, his range, his error, and his arm is good enough to play right or left. I'm gonna go with $4 million signing, $4.5 million for Martin. Who had the $4.5 million signing bonus? Was it that pitcher? Always an impossible sign. That's okay. We can probably still take a run. But what that actually means, he'll probably be there a couple rounds later. Who had the $4.5 million signing bonus? What am I missing? It wasn't Martin. At least I don't think it was Martin. 2.2. It's still more than I'd like to pay. Lynch is 260. Pat Sibley. No. It was like 2.2 or something. We're going to take Whitlock. There's a lot of bats in this draft. And I think I'm going to take a run at Tucker. I want to make sure. I mean, we should have the money to sign him, I think. Yeah, because we still have $20 million in excess this year, so we should be able to sign him either way. So Steve Bumblebee Tucker. Oh, my head's in the way? Well, okay. I'll move it then. I'll make it smaller. There. Move it over there. Is he still here? Yeah, you drag and drop, you can see 2.2 for Phil Martin, so. Who do they think we should take now? B.J. Kirkland. Nope. I want to look at pitch potential. See if we can find a starter in here. I like Mark Hendricks. 18 years old. 3 potentially very good pitches. Although it might be still a little too early to be reaching. We're only in the 4th round here. See if we can find somebody who's a little more... I don't know if a sure thing is the right word, since none of these draftees are really sure things, but wow. It's a shame his movement's terrible. Bobby Little. David Marrero is somebody I will likely try to pick up. He's one of those pitchers that I like that has a bunch of really good... Now we won't be able to see stats. Well, what do you want me to do? I can't... You want me to just shut the camera off? I got no problem shutting the camera off. I'll move it after the draft. I'll put it back over here after the draft, and then you guys can see stats. Well, I guess you can't see the stats now. All right, so up here. We'll move me up here for the rest of the draft. How about that? There, I'm at the top now. I don't think there's anything at the top, right? Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. I'll leave me up there for now. Let's go back to batters. I think it's still a little too early to be trying to dive into some of those projectable type players. Lynch, high adaptability and work ethic. Again, 21 years old with low contact. Another corner outfielder type. 3 shortstops. He's good defensively. The rating isn't great, but good defensively. Same deal there. Chris Campbell. And he's 17 years old. Range error arm DP, so what do his outfield ratings look like? They're not really any better. And he's not terrible as a 17-year-old. And he could turn into something, and he's got a ways to go. So, Chris Campbell, strap a 17-year-old. You should get one of those green screens, so it's only... Yeah, I have one. Embarrassing. Oh, shut up. Embarrassing Red Sox fan. I have a green screen over there. I just never figured out how to use it. I don't know. Can I just put it behind me and not have it? Like, I don't know how. I don't have any idea how it works. I just know that streamers have green screens, so I don't know. Here, look. I'll go get it. See? A green screen. I don't know how it works. So, I'll have to, like, I literally I would have to, like, hang it up behind me. And I don't know if I can do that, so. You don't know how Twitch does it, but you know how to do it in Final Cut. Yeah, I don't have any idea. I got it, and it just never worked. Or actually, I shouldn't say it never worked. I should say I never tried to make it work. So, I don't know. But yeah, it's right there. So, now I'll be that streamer with a green screen sitting behind me that you guys can see. All right, so we're going to take Chris Campbell. All right, so we're in the 5th round now. And now I think we can look at some of those guys with the pitch potential. And, wow, look at these are all batters. Oh, because I'm looking at all batters. Mark Hendricks was that pitcher I was looking at, right? Yeah. Let's draft him. And then there was another one, a 21-year-old, I believe. Is it him? Yep, David Marrero. I'm sure I can, but that would require me to put in effort, and who can be bothered? If I did this more than once a week for 3 hours at a time, it might be something I put a little more effort into, but I'm fine with my Red Sox banner and my Kevin Garnett jersey behind me. Bob Hudson, 21-year-old out of Hofstra. He's kind of crap, but they're all going to be kind of crap at this point. Man, I'm hungry. I got to eat something after this is done. I am hungry. Who do they think? Pat Senor Smoke Passer. That's a great nickname, man. It's a shame he's not a pitcher, but that is a great nickname. Senor Smoke. Fielding ratings. We want to find ourselves a catcher. Whoa. Yep, right there. Kevin DeSell. 18 years old. The bat may develop. It may not, but that catcher ability is worth the risk at this point. I don't think I've ever seen a catcher. Is he from East Bound and Down? Who? Oh, Senor Smoke. It would make sense. It would make sense. I tried watching. I got through, I don't know, maybe the first 6 or 7 episodes and then just stopped watching it. It was funny. I just stopped watching it. I don't know why. Michael Belgrave, no. You know what show I really liked was The League. Did you ever watch The League? The League was fantastic. That show was absolutely hysterical. And completely inappropriate, and that's kind of what made it awesome, so. All right. Tied at 1 in the 5th. Caleb Williams, 18 years old, out of Chicago. Out of Elgin. Sure, he's got a good bat. He may develop as a, I don't know, something. You watched the first 4 seasons, and then first four seasons of The League, and then they had a long hiatus. Yeah, I watched it after it was already like done, So I just watched it till the end. One of those guys was a. The hell do you call them? The people who claim they were at 9/11 but weren't. Oh, the first 4 seasons of Eastbound and Down. I think I watched the first 5 or 6 episodes, and then that was it. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anybody else that we want to draft? I mean, we're in the 8th round here. We've already drafted 10 people, but Brad Bates. Nah, let's go back to pitch potential. See if we can find somebody with a really fun pitch. We got any knuckleballers? We do. We got a knuckleballer. Joe Hanna. But it's a bad knuckleball. That's too bad. What's this? Knuckle curve. Look at this, a starter with an 18 fastball. Yes, he's terrible. Screwball, Jaden Hayes. And the Red Sox are losing again. God, I hate the Yankees. Hate the Yankees, hate the Yankees, hate the Yankees. Bradley McClain. His movement's terrible. Bob Contreras, I think I already looked at him. Well, he's not bad. 2 good pitches. I mean, he's as good as anybody else at this point. All right, I guess it's not our pick. Bob Contreras will be our last pick, and then we will call it a draft. You like Danny McBride because you're mentally 12. Yeah, he plays the same character in like every movie he does. Negotiate. Nope, not international amateurs. Negotiate. All right, so let's start with Tucker because he was the impossible sign. He wants significantly over 6.5. How's 8? It's only money, right? It's only money. Let's offer Jim Fox because those are the 2 guys that want over, and then everybody else we can offer their demand because they're well below slot, and I'm fine with that. Campbell, meet demand. Hendricks, meet demand. And yeah, we still have plenty of money. All right, oops, I got to enter a bonus. We'll offer Caleb Williams his contract. All right, so we're through the draft. We got 3 weeks, and you pick Bradley McClain. That way, if you're... well, yeah, except that's not how he spells his last name. So you'd be wrong there. It's spelled like this. That's how he spells his name. So you would be wrong. Yeah, so we got a couple weeks before the trade deadline. We need to... what do we need? We need to, I think, improve our bullpen, which is currently 15th in the National League. Our starters are 6th. Our starters are doing... oh, Jones is hurt again. Oh, so many injuries, man. So we're going to need a center fielder. Depending on how long he's out. Hopefully we get good news and he's not out long. But we're going to need a center fielder. We definitely need some bullpen help. So what is out there? Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. What is on the trade block? No jokes allowed in this chat. Well, I mean, you can joke. Your jokes just have to make sense. I got no problem with a joke that makes sense. All right, so there are, I mean, Carson Montgomery, that's obviously the big fish. No pun intended, plays for the Marlins. $28 million this year. I don't even know if we could afford him. We have money. I just don't know if we could afford him. Mike Rule. Get serious or don't bother. Okay. All right, so there's plenty of help here. I mean, there are plenty of names in here that we could take a shot at. Some are better than others. I mean, this is the guy I would like to take a run at, but I don't want to make a trade with the Padres unless they want like nothing for him. Yeah, like I don't want to give up anybody of real substance. I mean, I'll give you a bunch of crap for him, and then you guys can just deal with the crap. I'm fine with that. Like players that I'm not really concerned about. Okay, yeah, that's... I don't think it's going to work. Jared Hurst was our first pick last year, right? Yeah. Bobby Seeley, Escudiero. Looks like he's going to be pretty good. I don't want to give him up yet. Yeah, okay, well. I'm not interested in giving a division rival anything of real note or substance. So, yeah, there are no center fielders here, but I want to see how long Jones is out for before we try to pull the trigger on a shortstop deal, or on a center fielder deal rather. I wouldn't mind picking up an arm. You know, I mean, like this guy's pretty good. I mean, they're probably going to want a lot since he's cheap, and I guess we can check with the Cubs. Nothing. Might be the worst offer you've ever seen. Yeah, I mean, I could potentially, you know, give up the farm, so to speak, to get someone like him, but with the way I have trading set, I literally would need to give up like every major prospect I have, and I'm not prepared to do that. Not prepared to do that. All right, well, I'm not getting either of those guys. That's fine. I'm not giving up. Not going to do that. Napoli can't throw a changeup, though. No, he can't. But he can throw a forkball. Fastball, slider, forkball. I mean, that's fine. So we may have to set our sights a little bit lower. Maybe not go after the 3.5 and 4-star. No, it's foul ball. Okay. Raymond Burgos, 34-year-old extreme, but he's not really any better than what we have, and that's kind of the issue, is that all these players down here are no better than what we already have. They might be having better seasons, but they're not better than what we have. We could bring back Reed Detmers. Neraldo. What if we go to Pablo Lopez? We could bring him back. He's a free agent, and we could bring him back for $80,000. Sure, let's offer him a contract. Get him into our minor league system. But that's not what I wanted to look at. I wanted to look at upcoming free agents. It's all the same players. Of course it is. Hector Ramirez. Would you want to give him up? Bowser Denny Gonzalez. Come on. Make you an offer you can't refuse. All right, let's try it this way. Relievers. All relievers. I am taking it easy on your spelling. I knew what you said. I knew what you said. I knew what you meant. Duke Ekstrom's not bad. I mean, he's out for the year, but he's actually pretty darn good. Nate Schlack, no. Okerholm, no. Gary, no. No. Ugh. Maybe we have a winner here. Riley Stanford. And he's been all right. Hasn't really gotten a shot in the majors until this year at age 30. Let's do this. Let's do veterans. Yeah, that gives us a bunch more options. And they're all the same. I mean, they're all going to be the same sort of trashy 3-star. You got a 40 on every spelling in elementary school because that's the literal lowest you could get. They wouldn't give you lower than a 40? That's too bad. I peaked in like 6th grade. Like I was in, all like the special classes and stuff for like smart kids growing up. And then I hit 7th grade and things went downhill. I started getting into trouble and doing like dumb preteen things. So for me, I peaked in 6th grade. So here we go. got a couple of options here. Saul Gonzalez and or Garrett Crochet or Dylan Ray. So I could get any of these relievers from the Mets straight up, okay? He's wrecked, so, you know, as soon as you get him, he's going to get hurt. He's fragile, and he's normal, but he's also the most expensive. He was a starter until a few years ago. I mean, he's been all right. He's been okay. I mean, he's not the best of the three. I mean, I'd say overall the best of the three is probably Gonzalez. But he's fragile. Challenge for spot in the rotation. Sinker, great slider, decent change. A lot of strikeouts with few walks and an average home run rate. Kind of like Saul Gonzalez. For Jared Bonneau, who is, I mean, he's a first baseman if he's anything. And I think the Sox just tied it up. Oh, no, they didn't. Thought there was a runner on third. Yeah, I'm okay with that deal, actually. Let's see if there's anything else they will give up for him. Yeah, I'm not feeling it tonight, man. I am beat, and I'm sure that's coming off in the stream itself. I'm tired. I am tired. Talking about how I want food. I'm probably just gonna go to bed when the stream's over. But I want to get up to the trade deadline, so we got some work to do here. We have some work to do here for sure. And I'm looking at all these players, and like I'm not even looking at what they are. I'm just like clicking on them and clicking off of them. This guy's name is Ian Maiden. You want us to call him Iron Maiden. Greg Hathaway, Bobby Bryan, Sean Blyce. Do they have a... Who's their center fielder? Stuart Fairchild. Might not be bad to see if we can pick up Fairchild in case Drew Jones is down for an extended period of time. Okay, so they'll give us both, Gonzalez and Fairchild for Bonneau, and I'm fine with that because if Jones is fine, I can just DFA Fairchild and it's not an issue. But if Jones is out, Fairchild can at least play a passable center field, and he's a captain, which is always nice. So I think we pull the trigger here. You get Saul Gonzalez and Stuart Fairchild for Jared Bonneau. So let's do that. All right. So now we have to... Who's been the worst pitcher? Peoples, but he just came back. Doval has been bad. Zvidi. Because I think he can still go down, right? Yeah. And we go to designated for assignment. We call up Gonzalez. Make him a middle reliever. And we'll just leave Fairchild where he is until we hear what we hear about Drew Jones. Let's get back to the schedule. We only played like a week and a half of games and I've been streaming for an hour. All right, so Lopez didn't like our contract. Jones is done for the year. Crap. All right. Well, good thing we picked up Fairchild. Because he's the only one who can play center field. So he's going to be our starting center fielder, which is not ideal, but he's going to be our starting center fielder. No real splits to speak of, but he's a bottom of the lineup bat. I think he'll bat him right ahead of Callahan. And do the same thing here. And I think what we need to do is we also now need to find an actual backup outfielder. And maybe we can trade Danny Fisher to acquire said outfielder. Like, Fairchild would be really, really good as that backup outfielder. Oh, letting him swing at a 3-0 pitch with 2 outs? Come on. Anyway. All right. Caleb Hampton. And he's not very good. Acevedo is not very good. Coleman Brigman. I mean, he's 32, but I got to think about what I'm giving up here. Not that Fisher is, an MVP candidate or anything, but good gap power, good home run power. He could be a DH for an American League team without any trouble at all. So I don't want to just give him away, but I want to find the right deal if the right deal exists. I don't know. Tampa wants him. Eric Starkey. He's 30. Yeah, but see, it just doesn't feel like a good deal to me. It fills the need that we have, obviously, which is someone who can play all 3 outfield positions with some semblance. This guy is another one. His right field rating is only a 3, but he can obviously play there with his range, error, and arm. He can play center field. He can play left, obviously. He's got some power. Going to walk a ton. Yeah. My assistant GM hates it, but giving up Fisher, I don't want to say he's blocked, because it's not as if, what's his name? Where is he? Aguilar is lighting the world on fire, but Aguilar's only 24. He got better contact. He's better defensively. Aguilar is the first baseman of the future. Fisher doesn't have a home because he's bad defensively, and that's all he can play. So in return, we'd get Jeff Butler, who could be a backup, who could play all 3 outfield positions for us in a pinch. He's got some power. My assistant GM doesn't like the deal, but I do. So let's see if Tampa will give us anything else in return. Franklin Bermudez. Danny Glover, he's getting too old for this shit. See, that's how you do it, Random Task. It's the same name, Danny Glover. That's how you do a movie reference. Luis Serrano. Yeah, I think this trade is as even as they think it's going to be, because they're probably pretty much everybody I put in here, they're going to say, nope. Yeah. And it might just be that I'm looking at the 2.5-star players, and those are all, they value them more than I would. But none of these players are really any good. Let's look at their AAA team. Hey, you got a point. What just happened? What is going on here? Close this. What is this? You bring up a good point. Jeff Brackman. I want him. I want Jeff Brackman as depth. Okay, perfect. That works. John Sandoval. Give me him too. No, I'm not giving up anything of value at all. Well, I'm good with this. Butler and Brackman for Fisher. Fisher goes to Tampa. We get Butler, who has the same sort of hitting profile. He's a couple years older, but the same sort of hitting profile. Much better defensively. Can play all 3 outfield positions for us in a pinch. Then we get Jeff Brackman, who's a ground ball pitcher. We'll stash him in AAA for now. I don't think he's even made the big league. He hasn't even made the majors yet, but we'll put him in AAA for now. And if one of our starters gets hurt or continues to suck, we have a built-in replacement. So there we go. So they didn't like Danny Fisher going. I understand, but, tough, whatever. 40-man roster, put Brackman there. And now let's set our lineups here. Make Butler the backup center fielder. Lito will be our backup first baseman. What do his splits look like? Yeah, he's much, much better against righties, so I think we're actually going to do this. We're actually going to start him against righties, and Fairchild will come in as the defensive sub. And then against lefties, we'll do Fairchild with Butler as the backup, Lito as the backup first baseman, and we'll run like that. So, all right. So we made a couple of deals. We'll go ahead another week or two, and see how we're doing. And Eric Aparicio can come off the DL. Oh, good. Okay. So which pitcher do we want to send down now? Doval makes the most sense, but I think what we're going to do for the time being is rehab assignment. Because Doval won't accept a demotion, which means we'd have to DFA him. Or he's out of options, so we'll have to DFA him. I don't even know if he'd go down to the minors. We're 2 games out of first place. We still have only played 2 weeks in an hour and 5 minutes. But that's what happens when we lose again. So back-to-back losses. Another loss. All right, so the month got off to a decent start. We were 6-3 in our first 9. We've lost 3 of our last 5, though. Aguilar, 2 hits. Freeland, 3 hits. Denny picks up the win. 3 at home against Atlanta now. Oh, and we get smoked 15-7. Who got the start in this one? Schultz. Wow, 10 hits in an inning and a third. I'm starting to think that this may not be our year. But we're going to keep grinding along. We're 4 games out of the first place. Where are we in the wild card? We still have the wild card lead, 4 games up on the Braves, who we're playing right now. So it can be a whole lot closer in a couple of days. 9-5 win. That's nice to see. Offense is still doing fine. Pitching staff still having a difficult time. Powers is hitting .440. Rocker picks up the win. And I just want to see what we can get for Rule. Just out of curiosity. Because I'm not paying him $18 million. And that's what his ARB estimate is next year. So we either move him or we non-tender him. And I'd rather not non-tender him. I'd rather get something for him, of course. But Jim Collins, it's good defensively. Yeah, but all this stuff is concerning. Beckett Zavarek. Wow. Those defensive ratings, man, that is crazy good. It brings up an interesting option. This is what I was thinking. I was thinking, because one of the issues that we're having this year, like we normally have, is our defense. And I thought that Bowser would be fine at third. And his efficiency's fine. His zone rating is a little light. How's Cabrera doing? Cabrera's been pretty bad at second. But that bat's hard to pass up. Thinking about, you go after someone like this guy who's just all world defensively, and you just deal with what you get from him offensively. I mean, you see last year, he had a 88 OPS plus. His OPS was below 700, but he put up almost 4 WAR because he was so good defensively. Yeah, but I'm not giving up Rule for him. That's the only thing. The Rangers really want him. Mike Teachgen. He's actually a starter. Kevin Brocious. I don't know why they're using... Well, he's been a really bad starter this year for Texas. That's why he's in the bullpen now. Alex Gonzalez, no. All right, so there's not much there. I mean, if we get rid of veterans, you think his bat needs more time to develop? I mean, he's putting up almost a 900 OPS. He's on pace for 50 doubles. I mean, his contact could develop a little bit. His eye and discipline could get a little better. I mean, I could get someone like that shortstop and make Cabrera sort of just a backup middle infielder. But then, I mean, I've got Freeland, who is a better defensive player than Aguilar is. So Aguilar wouldn't get any playing time. I've got too many outfielders is the issue. I like that shortstop would be great if I didn't have 6 outfielders on my roster. But the problem is, what do I do with them? Like, Lito, we're probably just going to let walk in the offseason. He doesn't really have any value to anybody other than us. OPS 15. Could be better, and he's still pretty young. I mean, we could trade Luke Lito. Would Philadelphia be interested in doing that? I mean, it makes sense to them. We could put Zavorik in as our second baseman and have him and Cabrera sort of rotate. What do you think? I think it's a good trade too. Zavorik he's ARB eligible, but that means he's ours for, he's got 4 years of service left. Yeah, he's making the minimum right now, so I mean, his ARB number is fairly high, but I mean, that makes sense given what he brings to the table. I feel like that's a good trade too. And we're not going to re-sign Lito. We get a backup middle infielder or a starter. Again, we could figure out what to do once the trade happens. That really shores up our middle infield. So let's just submit the offer and see what they say. Let's go back to the team schedule. Final game against Atlanta, so we win 7-5, so we're close. We'll be able to lock that trade down here in a second. But Luke Lito, in his swan song, hits a home run, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, in what's likely his final game as a Colorado Rocky, because of course he does. Gonzalez goes 5. It's just Hino Joseph's made 16 errors at third. It's above average, though. All right, whatever. Powers with his 35th double, hitting .442. All right, so we've signed all of our draftees. So let's go in here and let's make these players what we want to make them. So I think I'm okay with him being, shortstop's probably fine for Campbell. Actually, maybe second base with the turn DP. Not the potential. That bugs me. It's a quirk of mine. I know it doesn't matter, but I like seeing the higher rating, so I'm going to leave him at shortstop. Tucker was, he was the 18-year-old with the good, so we're going to make him a two-way player. And we will lock the AI promotion and demotion with him. Bouchaj, we will do the same thing with him. We're probably going to have to move him up a level. Yeah, we'll start him in A-ball. Caleb Williams, he was the second baseman. Hendricks was like our 5th round pick or something, yeah. Anybody else? I think, is that everyone? No, we still have Fox and Whitlock. Okay, so Fox was the one we have to make a batter. And then I wanted to look at the trade. Almost. Okay, so we can give you a 23-year-old who's out with shoulder inflammation. Wonderful. Waddell, where is he? Right there. All right, so let's submit this offer. And now let's sim ahead a day, and this will probably be Luke Lito's final. Oh, we're at San Diego, and we win. Wow, we never win in San Diego. So we're going to make this trade, and the fans are going to hate it. So let's really quickly, before we pull the trigger, let's look at Luke Lito's career. He was a second-round pick, 44th overall, in our very first draft in 2021. He was a 5-time Player of the Week, 1-time Batter of the Month, playoff MVP, a 1-time All-Star, Silver Slugger 1 year. And he was quite good and quite consistent for us for 5 years, 6 years. Anywhere from 4.3 to 6.2 WAR. This year, I don't want to say they fell apart. I mean, he still put up an 800 OPS, still put up over a 400 on base percentage, but was just bypassed, and we weren't going to re-sign him. So, and at pitching, he pitched a little bit at the beginning of his career with us and then just stopped. He still technically would be a decent pitcher, not in cores with that movement and extreme fly ball, but maybe in Philadelphia, he can pitch in Philly for a little bit. So let's complete the deal. Yep. Fans do not like that. We get Beckett Zavorak. And we need to figure out what we're going to do with our lineup. So, I think we do this. We sacrifice some offense for some defense. And we will make Cabrera let's do this. Let's make him our backup first baseman. We're not going to do never. We're going to do like every fourth game. We will make him our backup second baseman, so he'll get time at first and second. Get a couple of starts a week, like every third game. Only will back up in left and right. And that's a lot more balanced, I think, from a defensive perspective. And then against lefties, same deal. We will put Zavorak in there. He's not going to bat second, but we will fix that in a minute. Cabrera will back up there, and he will back up here. He won't get as many starts because we're playing lefties, but still. All right, so who do I want to bat second now? Our lineup is not nearly as good against lefties as it once was, but I think we'll move Bowser up. Yeah, our lineup could use a Drew Jones for sure. But we win 4-1. Did my phone just go off? No, it didn't. So we win 4-1. Who got the start in this one? Norman, 6 1/3 of one hit ball. Team pitched really well in this one. That's nice to see. Lito got on base 5 times in his last 2 games with us. And yeah, so we'll keep moving on here. Another win. So 4 wins in a row. We are within 2 games now of San Diego. Butler. Is that a home run? Yeah, Butler homers. Aguilar homers. Denny picks up his 10th. Can we get the sweep and move within a game? That would be awesome. We do. We sweep San Diego in San Diego. Excellent. Butler has 3 hits. He's hitting .333 for us, 8 for 24. That's a good start. .333, .484, .750 in 8 games. I'll take it. Drew Romo is hitting $150. That's a deal that thankfully only cost us like $1.5 million or something like that. We are going to have to figure out our catching situation. In fact, I think it might be time. Because we had Briones, who's still better defensively, so I think it's time to say goodbye to Mr. Romo. We'll bring Briones up. Better defensively. The bat is no better, but I guess it's actually a little bit better than Romo. And Briones has been around for a couple of years. We picked him up in a deal back in 2031. He played 1.5 full seasons with us last year and the year before. Spent this year down in AAA. Back up with the big club. So we're on a 5-game winning streak here as we move to San Francisco now. Make it 6 in a row. We pull this one out in 12, only with a couple of hits. Freeland 3 hits and an RBI. Rule had 2 runs knocked in. Bullpen goes 4, 5, 6 1/3 of 2 hit ball. So Gonzalez so far 3 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 4 walks, 5 Ks. I mean, he could be a starter. So if we have a starter who struggles, we can move him in there if we need to. So we've won 6 in a row. 6 in a row and 7 out of 8, and then we lose one. Final game at San Francisco is another loss. So we lose back-to-back games after winning 6 in a row. We are tied for first place with San Diego, who's now lost 6 games in a row. 5 games up in the wild card. Yeah, we've had just a bit of a down season. Why is he not playing? What is going on? Why is Powers not? Have we just faced a never-ending series of left-handed hitters? He hasn't played. He's been a pinch hitter the last 5 games. I don't know. All right, so we get a day off and then 3 games at home against Cincinnati. And we'll play this game. We'll play this series, and then we'll take one more look at the trade block, one more look at our team, and see if there's any last-minute moves we want to make. So we win this one 5-4. We jump out early, 5-1 after 2. Hinojosa 3 hits and an RBI. Rule and Aguilar both had 2 runs knocked in. Denny gets his 11th. That ERA is down to 4 on the nose. Game 2 against Cincinnati. Another win. This time 5-1. Rule 4 for 5. Only, it's a weird line. 1 at bat, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. So we must have pinch hit. Oh, he pinch ran and then played and left. Okay, all right. I see how that works. It took me a second to sort of sort through that. My catching offense has been just absolutely abysmal. That's just terrible. We're going to have to do something about that in the offseason. Schultz goes 5 2/3 shutout. All right, one more game against Cincinnati, against old friend Ben Guess. And then we will, one more pause for the trade deadline. So we do complete the sweep of Cincinnati. So that's, 3, 6, 9 2 in our last 11. Aguilar, 4 hits, 4 RBIs. Callahan, 2 hits. Zavorek's hitting .409 since coming over to us. 9 for 22. And he's been good at second base for us as expected. So that might end up kind of helping turn our season around here, picking up Butler and Zavorek at the trade deadline. Gonzalez goes 6 1/3 to get the win. All right, so anything, I guess let's just look at the trade block and see what's there. Maybe we can find ourselves a catcher. Did our other 2 players agree to? Yeah, Jim Fox. We wanted to make him a batter. What did we want to make him? I guess we could make him a left fielder. Yeah, he becomes a 3.5-star player as a left fielder. All right, so we will disable. We'll leave him in the... Actually, we'll make him a 2-way player. So make him a left fielder and then to make him a 2-way player. So that pitching stuff can develop too. And then Whitlock... We'll start him in A-ball. And disable promotion. All right. Bellinger hits his 600th home run. Cody Bellinger, 600 home runs. On his way, spent his entire career in L.A. Started with the Dodgers, ending with the Angels. Not quite, I mean, it's still an amazing career, but not quite the career that he's had in some of the other playthroughs I've done. I think in my, the long-term one I'm doing where I'm running the Royals now, he's approaching 700 home runs, and his ratings are all still in the 70s and 80s. All right, trade block. Trade block. Catchers. Francisco Alvarez. I mean, that's the guy. They're not going to trade him to me, but that's the guy. Exercises his 10-5. Why even put him on the Rule 5? Or why even put him on the trade block then? Ethan Hearn. Eloy Jimenez. Are the Braves out of it? Sort of. They're 10 games out, 8 games out of the wild, 6 games out of the wild card. But they are selling Alvarez and Jimenez. No other catchers here. What do we have for upcoming free agents other than Alvarez? Nobody. Okay. So we may have to figure out what we're going to do from a catching perspective. Ooh, wow. This was the guy we traded for Sorensen, the pitcher, a couple of years ago. And that's a pretty darn good season. That's a pretty good season. He's going to be a free agent. Now, maybe we can make a run at him again and see what happens. Cam Collier. Yeah, it doesn't. Let's see if there are. Let's go here. Let's go to hitters and let's look at catchers and let's see how many good defensive catchers are out there and see if any of them have decent bats and who knows. So Adley Rushman is still out there. He's 35 now. His contract is enormous. They signed him to a $130 million 4-year contract. Harry Ford was somebody I was looking at the beginning of the season, but he hasn't been any good either. Yeah, there aren't a ton of good hitting / fielding catchers in this world. Brady Neal's really good defensively. Okay, so this trade, I see that I don't understand. So he's 28. He's probably the best defensive catcher in baseball right now. Callahan has not proven he can hit. I mean, I guess he was okay last year. I'd have no problem DFAing Briones if that's what it meant. Rodriguez is my next elite shortstop prospect to come up. He's still a couple years away, but Christie, would you want him? Not really. Okay. What about Christie and Esquita? Definitely maybe. All right, well, let's submit that offer and see if that generates any interest, and we'll see what they come back. So we got 3 games here against New York as we go up to the deadline. So let's take it a day at a time. And we beat the Mets. Romo, will he go to the minors? He will. Okay. So we beat the Mets 6-3. We get down 3-0, but come back and win it. Zavorik, 2 hits. He's up to 440 now with us. Bullpen does their job again. Did they give us an answer on that deal? No. All right, let me delete all this. Oh, because we didn't get through the day, right? We got to get through the day. Got to get through the day first. So 4 in a row. All right, so we get a no way. Rule only. I mean, if you want rule, I wouldn't be against it. And then, actually, who would I want to give up? That's the thing. Rule, I think. The powers just vanished, man. That's weird. So if we gave you rule, what could we get back? Eric Jasick. I got Juan Soto. Definitely maybe. He's better defensively. He's still making the minimum. He's not hitting particularly well this year. But, I mean, that feels like a ton to give up for Neal and Jasick. Great speed, consistent contact, hit for above average power. That just feels like a lot for, I don't think I can do that. I want Zavala. They traded for him. Who did they give up for him? That's just a great deal. Way back in 2023. He was number 222 prospect in baseball at the time. Gave up Gavin Kylan. I just wanted to say, I thought maybe they would be, you know, rebuilding or something and they'd want to move the contract. I don't know. Wow, this guy's friggin' good. Yeah, see, they're not very good. It's conceptually a lot, but how easy is it to replace the young players you're giving up? So if we did something like this, where is he? So I guess the way Christie's fungible. I mean, he's not a very good shortstop. He's not a very good bat. I mean, he's, you know, he is what he is. Escueda is, again, not a very good... I mean, I'm not concerned about either of these prospects, really, to be honest with you. Rule is a lot because he's really, really good offensively, but he's had a... compared to last year, he's been... I mean, he's had to put up, good average, good slugging, but, he's been really down compared to last year, and his ARB number is just atrocious. Callahan, I hate to give up on him because he's a first-round pick. Right, he was our first-round pick in 2029. Catcher ability is pretty good, but Neal is probably the best catcher in baseball right now defensively. And then we get Jasic to replace Rules, but again, he's left-handed. That's the problem. We become really, really left-handed if we do this. Aguilar. We could give them only in... Oh, no. See, that doesn't help me at all. Because... that still leaves us in a position of what do we do with Rule in the offseason. I feel like if we trade Rule for Jasic, that makes us too left-handed. I think it just makes us too left-handed. Yeah, and they don't really have any hitting prospects to speak of. I'm not against the trade on principle, but that, he's our one... If you look at our lineup, if you take Rule out of there, we have Aguilar, who is good against lefties, and Bowser, who's okay against lefties, and that's it. Hinojosa's okay. Powers is fine. We become really, really easy to pitch against left-handed, and that's my concern. Well, he'll... Am I stupid? No, he's starting against lefties. Okay. He only has 40 at-bats against lefties. So, do I just chalk it up as maybe we aren't facing many left-handed batters? Or left-handed pitchers, rather? I forgot he could pitch, too. I don't know, maybe we just suck it up and just say we're going to be easier to pitch to against lefties this year, and then in the offseason we try to do something to improve that. Maybe flip only. Let's see, is there a right-handed version of only out there? Napoleon Garzone. He's a power bat, but... like this guy, Matthew Newton. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Newton's 26, Only's 29. Contact is better for Newton. Gap power is better for Newton. Home run and eye is better on Olney. This is what I'm talking about, right? Against lefties, Newton is far superior to Olney. Against righties, Olney is slightly better than Newton. They're both very good base runners. Olney's a bit better base stealer. Defensively, I think they're comparable. In fact, Newton's a little bit better. So I think maybe this trade makes sense. I think we make both of these deals. We trade Olney for Newton to bring in... Yeah, they absolutely are less severe. Yeah, at 100%. We bring in Newton for Olney, see if we can get something else added here. And then we make that other trade as well and improve our catching situation. I think that's the plan here. That's the play. So, what can we get anything else? Where was that? There was that. Oh, it's a different team. I'm thinking of a different team. Getting my deals confused. Would you give us Ivan Rosas? No. Just thinking maybe because he was Rule 5 eligible. I don't know. That maybe they didn't value him as much. Ted Medina? No. All right, I think we're just going to end up making the deal as is. Ow, my knee hurts. I am falling apart here. Nelson Blas. He's 24. He's good defensively. Nah. Nope. Add more and you'll probably accept it. No, I don't need him. I think I'm okay with making this deal. Tony only, the rhyming name for Matthew Newton. I think we make that deal. And then we go back to Houston. Oh, Sox just tied the game up. Nice. And we pull the trigger on this deal. Brady Neal and Eric Jasick for Jim Christie, Manny Escueda, Mike Rule, and Jamie Callahan. All right. So fans aren't going to like any of the deals that we made. I think we're still okay. Yeah, we're still at 100 fan interest. But now we have to make some adjustments to the lineup. Zavorik's hurt. Damn it. All right. Okay, so now what do we do? So against righties, yeah, Jasick is our starting right fielder? Or is Powers our starting right fielder? No, Jasick is our starting right fielder. And Brady Neal is our starting catcher. Newton will get some time here as well because he doesn't have those splits. He can play both against lefties and righties. But that makes us 3 heavy, so I think we'll split it up this way. We'll move Aguilar up to the 3-hole. Hino, Joseph, Powers, Aguilar, Jasick, Bauer, Butler, Zavorek, and Neal. And let's copy that and make sure our lineup against DHs is set because we made a lot of changes to our lineup. Powers will become the DH. He'll become our left fielder. Let's move everybody up like that. And Butler was really good against righties, right? Yeah, so we're going to move Butler ahead of Bowser against lefties. And we're going to have to redo this as soon as it gives us the injury. Football Joe, how's it going? And we got a couple of follows, but I think those are bots. Yeah, those are all bots, I believe. So, bots, thank you for your follows. I appreciate it. And then let's go to lefties. And what are we going to do? We're going to paste the lineup and we'll just make some changes. So Newton will come in for Jasick against... Yeah. Newton will come in for Jasick against lefties. And I think we do this. Something like that. Hina, Joseph, Newton, Powers, Aguilar, Bowser, Butler, Zavorek, and Neal. Let's just see what it does to the... Yeah, I don't want Jasic playing every second game, not with Powers as good as he is hitting there. And we'll do every second. Fairchild can play every second game against lefties. That's fine. So we'll copy that lineup. We'll paste it in here. Howdy ho, Joe. And let's set the depth charts again. Oh, we got to put a DH in there. I guess it can be Jasic. Even though his splits are pretty terrible against lefties, we'll just bat him ninth and make him the DH. Again, I don't want him playing every second game there. And Briones can play every third game. All right, so we made a lot of changes to our team here over the course of this month. And it was really primarily focusing on the defense. We pick up Brady Neal, one of the best defensive catchers in baseball. We pick up Beckett Zvorek, who is out. Of course, the injury pending. He's been hitting lights out since we got him. Hopefully the injury's not long term. We picked up Jeff Butler, initially to be a backup outfielder, but he's starting in center field right now until Drew Jones gets back. We picked up Stuart Fairchild. He's going to be another backup style outfielder. So we made a lot of changes, and because we moved on from Rule, that now gives us a bunch of money for next season, which is what we need to bring back Jim Denny. So let's start simming some games here. It rhymes if you don't know what a rhyme is. We lose 3-2 in the final game of the month. Is another loss. And Zvorek is out for 7 months. Wonderful. And Rocker is hurt. Wonderful. Son of a bitch. This game, man. This game. All right. I guess we give Mr. Ferguson another call back up and scrap our plans, unless we want to start Freeland at second. That's probably the best move. Start Freeland at second, and Cabrera can continue to be the backup because he's better defensively. This game. I love it and I hate it at the same time. Player development. Anything of note here? Sullivan gets a little worse. Looks like a lot of players got a little worse. That's not encouraging. Some of our younger players got better. Cabrera got better. Hinojosa is continuing to improve. Yeah, his numbers are continuing to go the right direction, which is nice. Powers got better. It's averaged down to 425, though. Down to 425. He's struggling. That's about it. Let's see. So, AL Batter of the Month. Noah Miller of the Yankees. Wow, look at how Noah Miller developed. I've never seen him develop like that. That's nuts. Wow. Brad Kruger, Batter of the Month in the National League with Oklahoma City. Platon Papathanasiou of Tampa Bay wins the Pitcher of the Month. Jim Denny is your NL Pitcher of the Month. Raul Gonzalez of the White Sox, your AL Rookie of the Month. And in the NL, Ned Hamill. Where are we in the power rankings? 4th. All right, well, let's sim it. We'll go until 9 o'clock, so we'll just sim ahead here a little bit. See how far through the month of August we can get. Since we can't make any deals, all we're going to do is sim games and hopefully not deal with any injuries. And I'm going to switch to water now. I just had 2 big cups of tea to help my throat. All right, so 3-game series against Milwaukee to start August. First game is an 8-2 win, and we lose Rocker for the rest of the season. Look at all the players on the injured list. 3 of our starters, 3 of our bullpen pieces, and then 2 of our best hitters. So that was a starter. So that Brackman, that's right, we have Brackman, and I think we're going to stick him right in the rotation and give him a shot. But we win 8-2. If we can battle through and win again this season with all these injuries, I will take it. Aguilar homers, or no he doesn't. Aguilar has 2 RBIs, Bowser has 2 RBIs, Fairchild has 2 RBIs, Schultz gets the win, 7-run 6th.
Kyle Schwarber up with a runner on first and 2 outs in a 2-2 ball game. Let's go Sox. Game 2 against Milwaukee. 14-5 offense rolls here. 2 hits from Powers. Jasic scores 3 times. Bowser 3 hits, 4 runs scored, 3 runs knocked in. Cabrera has a couple of RBIs. Freeland has 3 RBIs. Gonzalez has 2 hits. Helping his own cause, he picks up his 5th win of the year. Yeah, we're a very different Rockies team. We aren't hitting a lot of home runs. Well, I guess we're tied for 4th, but we're still at the top of nearly everything in offense and nearly at the bottom of everything in terms of defense or pitching. Hopefully, the changes we made defensively will help us here down the stretch. You can see 15 and 8. I mean, we've been pretty consistent this year. June, we had a bit of a hiccup, but every other month we've been good. April, 652, 600 in May, 620 in July. So it's been a pretty consistent year. We haven't been dominant, but it's been a consistent year. So, final game of the series against Milwaukee. It's what I like to see. The offense puts up 32 runs in a 3-game series. Aguilar 3 for 4 with 3 runs knocked in. Bowser has 4 more RBIs. Norman doesn't make it out of 4, but the last 3 members of our bullpen do a nice job. Satterfield gets the save. And Schwarber pops out to left. Oh, no, he dropped it. Wow, he dropped it. 2 dropped pop-ups by the Yankees in that inning. Wow. Crazy. So I didn't mean to yell into the mic. Anyway. Back to the schedule. 3 games at Chicago. 3-0 loss as we hit the road. Back-to-back 3-0 losses. Shutout in 2 straight games. And we get swept by the Cubs. Of course we do. The Cubs are terrible, aren't they? Yeah. They're 20 games under 500. And they sweep us. Because out of the park baseball. You guys are killing me. You guys are absolutely killing me. And we have the same trainer we've had forever. This is just crazy, crazy, crazy. I guess we go back to Padilla. And just stick Newton out there. And I guess we're going to stick with the defense. We'll go Fairchild in left. But he's not going to bat 3rd. Ugh. Yuck. So many injuries. 5-0 win. The offense is, the pitching staff has been okay this month. Gonzalez goes 7 shutouts, strikes out 10. Freeland homers, he stays hot. Jasic has 2 hits, his first home, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. I guess he homered previously. All right, we're in first place, and I guess we've won the 3 World Series that we've won have all come. What happens sometimes, Joe? 2 drop pop-ups or the injuries? Because the injuries have been out of control for me this year. What am I doing? Going here, looking at the box score. So we get 2 hits, 3 RBIs from Jasic. Cabrera has a pinch hit. What, double? Single? Pinch hit single? Norman gets the win. Spread out offense. We don't have like a dominant offensive player anymore. We've sort of stripped our team of that as we've tried to stay relevant here. Getting swept, I thought. Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. We lose 16-11 with our ace on the mound. Okay, Duvall's time is up. How many doubles did we hit in this game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 doubles. We hit 10 doubles and we lose. All right. So Aparicio's ready to go. Doval is toast. I've had it with his ERA of 7. He can get DFA'd. We'll call Aparicio up. And he will be our closer. And Satterfield will be middle relief, use more often, and set up. That's no good. But we're still in first place. All right, we move on. Not to me, you don't. Joe is in orange and you're in red. So for me, it's fine. Another injury. We lose this game in 16 innings. Except this one's only day to day. This has not been. This could hurt the pitching staff long term. 16 runs in one game and then a 16-inning game in the next one. Game 2. Now we bounce back with a 6-2 win, so that's encouraging. Aguilar has 2 RBIs. Neal hits his first home run for us. Brackman gets 2 hits, picks up his first big league victory. We'll probably go up to this Dodgers series and then call it. We'll look at stats and stuff at that point. They both look red to you. Joe is absolutely orange, and you're absolutely red on my screen, so I don't know. So we win this one 13-1. He and a Joseph 5 runs knocked in. Butler 3 runs knocked in. Gonzalez gets the win. He's been one of our best starters this year, probably our best. And all right, so now we got 3 against Oklahoma City, 3 against the Dodgers, and then we'll pause the sim, look at stats, and call it an episode. So we lose 6-4. 9-0 win. Again, very spread out. No one really kind of dominating, but 2 hits from Newton. Jasek's got 10 RBIs in 16 games for us, so that works. That works. Cabrera 3 for 3. How's he doing at first? He's picking up some ratings at first. Denny pitches well, bounces back after that terrible start. And Carter Smith finally having a decent year. Finally having a decent year at age 32. That's odd. His ratings to me always said he should have been better than he was. So on your screen, they both look red. Even your wife agrees, and she's 100 million times smarter than me, so I'll go with bad color balance on my side. That's fair. We lose 14-12. I don't even know your wife, but I agree that she's smarter than you. So he refuses to be demoted, so you can go pound sand. And we need to get the right number of players on our roster. So we beat the Dodgers 6-4. Again, spread out offense. Jasek, Cabrera, Hinojosa each have 2 hits. Brackman gets another win. So that's 3 starts. He's pitched pretty well so far in 3 starts for us. And he was a throw-in on that deal. That's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go here. Wow, really? That's something. That is something. Loss against the lowly Dodgers and a 14-1 when we get Yoendrys Gomez back. So I'm going to put Peoples on the DL because that's sore elbow. You're just asking for him to get hurt. We're going to put Gomez back in the rotation, put Schultz back in the bullpen. And Gomez made 2 starts for us. I don't know if you watched the last video start to finish, random task, but he made 2 starts for us, gave up 2 hits and 1 run in another, 1 hit and no runs in the next, and then his next start pitched 2/3 of an inning and got hurt. So if he stays healthy, he's going to be great for us. But all right, so we win this last game of this episode 14-1. Aguilar 3 hits, 4 RBIs, hits a home run. Newton's at 278 since coming over. Okay, I mean, OPS plus is a little light, but it's still early. Jasek is hitting really well, over 300 since coming over, 1.2 WAR already. Norman gets the win. All right, so where do we stand? We're 4 games up on the Padres, who just had an awful month. 73-50, tied for the best record in the National League. Don't really have any leaders. Powers with the hit streak. Gonzalez is second in WAR. Yeah, so I mean we're in good shape. We are in good shape. Let's take a look at stats really quickly. You can't watch on your breaks. Oh, you're not working from home anymore? That sucks. But yeah, I picked up Gomez, got him for he was making like $28 million or something, and the Yankees ate it all, and I got him for like next to nothing. Yeah, I got him for a 1-star, a 2-star, and a 1.5-star, basically nothing. And they retained the entirety of the contract. They just wanted to get rid of him. So if I can get, if I can get another 3 or 4 starts out of the regular season and he can stay healthy through the playoffs, it'll be worth it. So Gonzalez, 7-6, but 3.65 ERA, good FIP, good WAR, good ERA plus. Same with Denny. His contract demand is staying at $30 million, but I can probably talk him down. Although I'm not giving him 7 years, so we'll have to see what happens at the end of the year. I mean, I'm not giving a 30-year-old a 7-year contract, so we'll see. Schultz has been pretty valuable, primarily as a starter this year. He's in the pen now. Norman was injured for part of the year. He's out. He is out. There we go. Caught stealing. Satterfield, first full season is just a reliever, and he's doing okay. I think maybe we overused him as a stopper a little bit. The walks are a little bit high, I think, to be a stopper. He's putting too many runners on base. I don't like that. The whip's a little high for my liking, but 5 good pitches. Sullivan has had his worst season for us, but has still been pretty valuable. Brackman, 3 good starts so far. Then the rest of the pen has been meh. I'm hoping Aparicio can sort of settle things down a little bit. He looks to be pretty good. He's young. If he can stay healthy, we'll see what happens. Probably doesn't shower. Yeah, it's a possibility. Offensively, Hinojosa, our international signing, has been pretty good this year. Trying to replace Luke Lito at the top of the lineup. 370 on-base percentage, 843 OPS plus. He's been getting better as the year has gone on. 278, 281, then a $193, but then back-to-back 320 seasons or months in July and August. Bowser, I'm glad we re-signed him, and he's been really solid for us on the middle infield. His zone rating is a little light, which makes sense given his range at shortstop, but error, arm, and turn DP are really good, so his efficiency is really good. So he's been fine at short. Butler, we picked up near the trade deadline. He's put up 1 win for us so far, provided a bunch of pops, 17 extra base hits in just 33 games. Cabrera moves to the bench. He seems to be fine with that so far, but he's having a good year still. Aguilar has been really good since we made him the starting first baseman. I think he's even fielding okay. Yeah, zone rating is light. His efficiency is fine. But the bat is coming along nicely. He'll probably be a 30 home run guy moving forward for us. Newton we just picked up. Jasic we just picked up. Padilla we called back up once Powers got hurt. That's somebody we need to get back soon. Neal we picked up at the trade deadline. Freeland has been fine for what he is. Backup middle infielder with a little bit of pop. He's been good. Ferguson hasn't gotten much playing time, and Fairchild's been pretty bad since we got him. But maybe once Powers comes back, he can go away. I think let's take a quick look at our pipeline. Not that we have any real great prospects, but actually, let's just do it this way because this doesn't show your current prospects. So where are we have 100 players in the DSL. Well, that's something I need to take care of offline. Jared Hurst was our first round pick last year. Yeah, he's hitting well enough, I think, that he can be called up to A-ball now. He's going to have a really nice bat as that comes along. Alvarado, same deal with him. He can go up to A-ball. 4.1 WAR in rookie ball. I think I probably delayed that a little bit too much. Jim Fox was our first supplemental pick this year. His bat has already regressed, so that's something. Yep, his ratings have all regressed already. But that's fine. He's a two-way player. Bobby Kirby showing some pop. He's 22. We got to get him out of rookie ball. He can't be in rookie ball as a 22-year-old. And I want to disable AI promotion there. Steve Morgan. 5th round pick in 2031. Yeah, he's got to get called up too. I don't know where those ratings came from. And it looks like the Yankees just tied it up. Damn, I hate the Yankees. No, they got 2nd and 3rd. Okay, good. So let's move him up. Chris Campbell was up one of our picks this season. Victor Moncada has finally made his way out of the international complex. I think he's probably ready to get called up as well. Bouchaj was our number 1 pick this year. Doing really well in A-ball. So yeah, he won't be in the minors very long. Probably a couple of years. Yeah, you can use it. That's true. Can do that. That's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go here and do this. Thank you very much. Jared McElfresh, he's up to 3.5 stars. His movement isn't great, but we will let him finish the season in AA, probably call him up next year. Real is coming along. Number 53 prospect. We're going to have to put him on the 40-man this year. So he'll be up before too long. Rodriguez is going to be an all-glove, no-hit shortstop. And he's only hitting a $140 in A-ball, so he may never even make it. That's about it. That's all players in the minor league system, so it doesn't... I guess we can do it like this. Anybody else we want to look at real quick? I don't think so. Morgan, McElfresh, Fox, Estrada is a relief pitcher. I don't care about him. Whitlock, we drafted him this year. He's hitting really well in A-ball as well, as he should. He's super developed. Kirby we talked about. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm going to call it here. It's 9 o'clock. I know Chris needs the channel in about an hour, so this gives him an opportunity to get set up. So for those of you who have hung around, which I believe is just Random Task, thanks for joining me tonight. I should be back on a somewhat normal schedule here going forward. Work is going to start to really get nuts for me going forward for the next probably 10 weeks or so. So the number of actual videos I do may regress a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to have time to record a video every day. I'm going to continue to try. Is Joe still here? He came in late. If he's still here, I appreciate him being here. But I talk to you two guys like throughout the week anyway. So at any rate, I appreciate you guys being here. And I will talk to everybody next Sunday night. My next Rockies video should be Wednesday as per usual, unless something goes nuts. Yeah, he is Random Task. He needs it for, it may not be Chris specifically, but there is going to be a stream tonight. It's some sort of, I think it's the Draft Day Sports College Basketball. I believe he told me what it was, but my memory's crap, so I don't remember. But yeah, so that's coming up at any rate. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye.